I just wanted to say that I enjoyed my camera debut today. In the absence of James Barrett-Sterling, I actually did Robins TV, and I thought it was a fantastic thing. Let's get more people involved in Robins TV. Let's get more people involved in interviewing and more people involved in interviews. We can do this and we can get promoted this year. Come on, Robins, we're behind you all the way. Thank you.
I'm James Barrett-Sterling, this is Robins Fans TV, and I've been joined by Keith, who's our new coach. Keith, did you enjoy that one today?
An impeccably observed minute silence there in memory of the late great Sir Regis. But we're off and underway here. Leo Mazzone gets the ball off and running, and East Grinstead looks to get it forward early. Sogbanmu, nice hold-up play. He's got Bradford to the right, if he can squeeze the ball through to him. Oh, that's good challenge by Ferguson there, just got his foot on the ball, and now Isaac Hutchinson looks to come away with the ball, but that's good covering by Mickel Aziaya. Oh, that's a poor pass, and Bradford's through here. He's got the opportunity to take it on. It's a left foot, great save. Oshilaja done well there. Makes some space. Can he deliver across? Gets it into the near post, but that's good covering by Balding, and at the expense of another corner. So that's 3 for Carshalton in fairly quick succession. Bradford, he's got a bit of space now. Sogbanmu and Koroma in the middle. Which way is he going to go? He goes into Sogbanmu. It's a nice take, but just maybe a little bit too slow on the turn there, and the chance drifts away. Hamilton Downs gets it out wide to Korboa. Faced up by Balding. First time ball into Koroma, who's got Cooney for company. It's a challenge there. He's given it. The referee's given a penalty to Carshalton. Cooney came across. Koroma didn't look like he was going anywhere with it, really. Maybe the big centre-back could have just jockeyed in for time, but he lunged in and whipped his foot away, so it's a spot kick for the Robins. A golden opportunity to take the leads. Almost 13 minutes on the clock. Be interesting to see who takes it. Mickel Miller's not on the pitch. Cheadle's missed a couple recently. Sterling-Parker's not on the pitch either. It looks like it's going to be Omar Koroma, the on-loan striker from Dulwich Hamlet. Ex-professional, ex of Portsmouth and Norwich City. Rashid Lau making himself look big in the goal area. But this is a great opportunity for Carshalton to take an early lead here. It's Koroma, and it's 1-0. Carshalton Athletic take the lead. Unlucky for the goalkeeper, he went the right way, but it just had too much pace on it. Kept it low, and that's his 6th goal in Robins Red over the course of his 2 spells here this season. Carshalton Athletic 1, East Grinstead Town 0. To Morath-Gibbs, sensible from Carshalton there, just keeping possession. Oh, and Bradford there, a rare misstep, and now Hutchinson feeds Postance. He's on his own a little bit now, he's got Elliott for support. Cheadle comes across, but he's gone for it, and it's not a bad effort there from the Wasps number 9. Their first shot in anger. Billy Bishop didn't look too concerned, but it flew wide of the far post. A good sighter for their number 9 there. Bishop again looking for the head of Sogbanmu, but Bray gets his head on it, and the ball gets knocked forward by Hamilton Downs, and Ferguson's got to deal with it here. Oh, it's a risky back pass, and Lau showing off his defensive header skills there. Koroma was sniffing. It was a horrendous back pass by Ferguson, to be fair. I mean, the ball was bouncing, but it looks like Sogbanmu's picked up a bit of a knock, but Lau in the town goal coped with it admirably well. He had Koroma bearing down on him. And he knocks it forward to Sogbanmu. That looks like the game plan today. He's won it well. Nice touch by Koroma on the edge. Sogbanmu tried to feed it through to Koroma, but just didn't come off. And Lau, well, took a bit of a chance there. He didn't realise that Koroma was coming in, but Ferguson completes the clearance, and that's a great touch by Mazzone, who gets the ball out wide to Balding. But this is better from them now. It's a good cross in, and it's found. Oh, Hoare with the shot, and Elliott puts Bishop under pressure. It was a good opportunity there for the town number 7, Will Hoare. Got in a good position. He was found neatly, but just couldn't get his foot right around the ball, and it rather spanned up in the air. Still Carshalton Athletic 1, East Grinstead Town 0, but here's Hoare. He's put it across, and Oshilaja had to deal with that one. He didn't know what was behind him. To be fair, Hutchinson was in there sniffing around, but Oshilaja didn't get the shout, and he's put it out for the first corner for East Grinstead Town today. It's going to be Will Hoare with the delivery. And it goes in short. Hamilton Downs just jockeying. Oshilaja there as well. But it's gone back to Hoare into Cooney. But Dudley almost read that well, but he couldn't get his foot on it. And Cooney with the strike. Wasn't bad for a centre-back, to be fair, but opposing number 5s rather getting in each other's way. Dudley looked like he'd read the ball, but didn't get his foot on it. Cheadle into Bradford. He's got a bit of space now. He's got Koroma there. He's found him. Koroma takes the shot on. Oh, just wide. Great effort there from Koroma. Cheadle done well to win the ball initially and just feed it into Bradford, who had acres of space. I think Koroma rather wanted the ball passed through so he could run onto it rather than having to stop, but managed to get a great curling effort away, and Lau was scrambling. Goes into the box, and Elliott trying to get his head on it all the way through to Billy Bishop. The pass was poor, straight at Morath-Gibbs, and now Carshalton can bring the ball away with Hamilton Downs. Now Korboa's got a little bit of space here. Cooney's come across the cover. He's got 2 in the middle. Koroma's hanging back, but Korboa's still got it at his feet. He's cut inside 1, cut inside 2. Great save by Ola Sogbanmu. Oh, unbelievable. Sogbanmu just couldn't bring it down. Unlike his goal at VCD last week where he volleyed it in from a similar position, but Carshalton keep possession. Aziaya, that's a pole ball to Cheadle, who's lost out to Elliott here. And he's managed to just get back, and he's won the throw, in fact. So it was a pole ball, but great running by Korboa to get on the end of that searching pass by Hamilton Downs. He cut inside 2 players, and Lau again managed to get something on it. Sogbanmu couldn't turn the rebound goalwards. So Town live to breathe again. And they come forward now with Ferguson, over halfway. Looking for options, but he takes on Tommy Bradford and gets past him into the feet of Hutchinson, who gets past. It's a great effort, unlucky there by the left winger, Hutchinson. Danny Dudley rather rashly went in with the sliding challenge there, but Hutchinson had already got the shot off, and it just hit the wrong side of the near post from his point of view. Good football all round there in the space of a minute. This game's really coming to life. Aziaya to Carshalton have lost the ball here, and here comes Hoare. He's got Hutchinson for support. It's on his right foot. Hutchinson's, it's just over the bar. 2 opportunities in the space of a minute for Hutchinson. It took a deflection, so the referee's given a corner kick. And it goes from Cheadle. Free header over the bar. Koroma should have done better there. He had a free header on that corner delivery. Cheadle can, and now Koroma looks to turn. He's got Sogbanmu and Bradford here, and it finds its way via the former to the latter. Bradford faced up by Ferguson into the run of Sogbanmu. He's onside. He cuts it across, and it's Cooney who just thrashes it clear. Didn't really get a hold of the cross, Sogbanmu, to be honest with you. Now Town come forward looking for Elliott, but Dudley with the calm chest, and Morath-Gibbs sweeps up. Mohamed Idris Oshilaja with a throw. He's impressed since joining the club just before Christmas as well. Plays centre back, right back, but here's Sogbanmu on the edge, and he takes it down, and Lau got a little nick on that. The referee's given a corner. It was a good spin and turn by Sogbanmu, and he's won his side a corner. The home fans finding their voices, just trying to urge their charges on. Sogbanmu, and Koroma's read the back pass. Lau's got to deal with it, which he does just about, and Bray's going to have to sort this out now. Gets it into the feet of Ferguson, who first time knocks it into Mazone, but that's poor control, and Hamilton Downs has tried to pick his pocket. He tells Hoare to leave it. Now Hutchinson on the burst again, but it's a poor touch, and now Carshalton can break with Tommy Bradford now. He's got Koroma making the run, and it's a great ball to find him. Bray slipped, and now Koroma's in the box. Can he pick out a pass? And it's a good block by Wilson, just covering back there, helping his defence out. But again, Sogbanmu. He's gone down. It's a free kick to Carshalton. This is in Jordan Cheadle territory. And the home fans confirm that. Well, a little bit of heebie-jeebies in the East Grinstead back line there within the space of a minute. And it's led to this Carshalton free kick right almost on the edge of the 18-yard box. Jordan Cheadle's, you've got to think, his favourite for this. He's already got 5 goals so far this season. He scored an absolute belter of a free kick in the Surrey Senior Cup against Egham a couple of months ago from about 35 yards at the opposite end of this ground. Lau's on his toes, he's got 5 in the wall. Bradford's walked away from it, so it is going to be Cheadle to strike it. Koroma and Sogbanmu just waiting to see if there's any rebounds to snaffle, but Cheadle, hands on hips, he's weighing it up. The referee's just making sure the ball's back 10 yards. We've got a couple of minutes before the end of half time. It'll be a great time for Carshalton to score a second. It's Cheadle. Oh, he's hit the post and Koroma's got the rebound and it's 2-0 to Carshalton Athletic. Lau got down. I think he might have dealt with the initial free kick, or it cannoned back off the post. I couldn't quite see, but Koroma was on hand. I told you him and Sogbanmu were waiting to see if there was anything to snaffle up, and he got his head on it and he's knocked it into the back of the net. He's now made 5 appearances and scored 7 goals for the Robins. That's not a bad return in anyone's book. In fact, I think it's probably the best in English football at any level, isn't it, at the moment, I would say. Being hassled and hurried by Hoare. Morath-Gibbs just rather lifts up forward, and Koroma's read it here, and he's been given offside. Lau very brave to come out and get amongst it, but the linesman's flag had already gone up. And the referee's signalled the end of the first half. Carshalton Athletic 2, East Grinstead Town 0. We're back on it now, and East Grinstead on the attack from the off. That's a good ball in, looking for Elliott, but Cheadle's there. And the ball gets cleared up to halfway, but Sogbanmu can't get his foot on it. Wilson spreads it out wide. Now Carshalton look to clear their lines with Sogbanmu back there, and Hampton Downs takes no chances, but Bradford's got a little bit of space here in front of Ferguson, who just lets the ball run side, and he's looking for Koroma, who's got inside the box now, faced up by Cooney. Good save by Lau, comfortable in the end really. But Koroma's looking for his hat-trick. Now here's Hutchinson, Town's danger man in the first half, gives it out wide to Gaggin, into Ferguson, who's pushed right forward from left back. He's dug out a decent cross and Elliott's there. Great clearance by Dudley on the line, and the ball falls to Will Hoare, who rather shanks it. Almost went out for a throw-in, but good football all round there. Ferguson bombed in from the left back position and dug out across from the byline. It was met by the head of Elliott, who thought for sure he'd scored a goal and got East Grinstead back into this, but Dudley was there, doing what good centre-backs do. He'd read the situation and got back behind Billy Bishop and cleared the ball away. Koroma inside that's a great back heel for Korboa, and he tried to take it first time. He wasn't set properly, and that has gone out for a throw-in. Unlike Will Hoare's shot about a minute before, it went out for a goal kick. This one has gone out for a throw. Just a little bit of short of confidence, Ricky Korboa, at the moment, since coming back from his injury. He has scored 6 goals so far since his return, but Postance with the header. Good header there. Gaggins onto it with Elliott now, who's found him, and he's got Dudley for company, but he goes for the first time ball. Blocked by Dudley. In again. Elliott with the touch. Great save, but the linesman's flag has been risen. Fantastic shave by Billy Bishop to get down there and get a big hand onto that. It was a fine finish by Elliott as well, to be fair. Guided it on target from a difficult position, but the linesman's flag had already been risen as Gaggin tried to play the ball across the first time, I think. And Carshalton can breathe again. Good start to the second half for East Grinstead Town though. They're not laying down and accepting the defeat already. Putting themselves forwards. Koroma, good flick on there. Sogbanmu looking to make something of it. Cooney loses out, but Hoare's there just to sweep up the pieces and get it into Elliott. Elliott all the way back to Oliver Baldwin, who has to go back to Lau. Lau a little bit nervous on the ball there, but he gives it straight to Sogbanmu on the edge, who's lofted it goalwards. It must be, it's there! Ola Sogbanmu with the sublime, opportunistic strike right on the edge of the area to make it Carshalton Athletic 3, East Grinstead Town 0. I said Lau looked a little bit nervous on the ball and he just chipped it straight to the Carshalton number 8 under pressure from Koroma, and he just lofted it back goalwards. It was into an empty net really, and just gives Carshalton a little bit of extra breathing space. Cheadle just knocks it forward with that diagonal looking for Sogbanmu, who's managed to pick the pocket of Ferguson, and now he's put Koroma through, who's got forced rather wide of goal. So the hat-trick opportunity isn't on, but Carshalton can still do something here with Korboa into the feet of Captain Hamilton Downs, and they just take the pace out of the attack again. Here's Bradford. Bradford looking to give it wide to Korboa, which he does. He's got Sogbanmu to aim for. Koroma's joining him now by the penalty spot. Here's Bradford. Carshalton opting just to keep possession and not force anything at the moment. Aziaya into the feet of Bradford. Korboa now. He's got an opportunity to feed it into Cheadle, who's at the near post. Great save by Lau. I think Cheadle rather hit it straight at him, to be honest, but it was a good run by the Carshalton left back to get in the space. He wasn't tracked by the East Grinstead midfield at the near post, but Lau was brave and he stayed big and blocked away at his near post. Corner to Carshalton, who lead 3-0 here at Colston Avenue. Sogbanmu's done even better and got it into the feet of Bradford, who switches it out wide to Aziaya. Now Korboa hugging this near touchline. He's got Balding for company, but he gives him one way, gives him cuts on his right foot, and has a shot, strikes Cooney, and Bradford's got an opportunity to strike one, and it's just over the bar. Bradford's got a few goals over the past month or so to raise his tally up to 7 goals for the season to date. That one wasn't too far away. Carshalton fans in full voice. Their side already 3 up. We've had an hour gone. 2 goals for Omar Koroma in the first half. Ola Sogbanmu adding one just after the break. Sogbanmu now, Hoare spins on it. Gaggins made a great run if he can find him. It's not a bad ball at all. He's taken it down, the substitute, and he's squared it across, and Dudley has just managed to take the sting off the ball, and Bishop was alive to the situation. Dudley scored an own goal against VCD Athletic last Saturday in the 4-1 defeat. So his heart might have been in his mouth a little bit there, but Bishop this time, pair of safe hands. Lau bowls it out straight away to Ferguson, who also has looked quite impressive on his debut for East Grinstead today. Product of the Brighton and Hove Albion Academy, and he's got the ball here again on the far side, and he's dug out an early cross looking for Costins, and it's dribbled, it's all the way through to Marcus Elliott, who's taken the shots, and great save by Billy Bishop to keep that clean sheet intact. It was a great take by the East Grinstead number 10, and he spun on the ball, and I think he rather hit it down into the ground, so it looped up, and Billy Bishop had to be alive to the situation and tip it over the bar. Just another warning sign for Carshalton though. East Grinstead, they might be down, but they're no means out. Here's Bradford's, one of Carshalton's shining lights. Aziaya to Morath-Gibbs. Again, there's that ball over the top. Sogbanmu looking to make himself a nuisance. But again, Korboa's stolen in here. Balding slipped, and it's a great shot, and he's in! Number 4 for Carshalton. Another defensive mistake at the back for East Grinstead Town, and Korboa rattles in Carshalton's 4th goal of the afternoon.
Scored by number 19, Korboa.
That's his 8th goal of the season. Fantastic finish off the inside of the far post. We're approaching the 70th minute mark, and it's Carshalton Athletic 4, East Grinstead Town 0. The home side are going to make a substitution, and it's Omar Koroma coming off for the returning Raheem Sterling-Parker. Sterling-Parker has been out for at least a month, tweaked his knee in the 0-0 draw with Corinthian Casuals on Boxing Day.
Substitution for the Robins.
He is Carshalton's 2nd top goal scorer this season so far. A welcome return to see him on the pitch.
Number 8, Ola Sogbanmu.
It's a double sub for Carshalton as well. Sogbanmu's been coming off for Mickel Miller. So Carshalton bring on their top goal scorers, and they're already 4-0 up.
Substitution is coming off
With Wilson, who knocks it out wide towards Gaggin, but that's good reading of the game by Oshilaja, who feeds it through to Raheem Sterling-Parker. Now he's got an opportunity. He's only just come on, the number 9, and he's just a little bit slow. And to be fair to the town defence, they got back, and in numbers there was 3 men around him in the end, so maybe that chance just came a little bit too early for Sterling-Parker. He's not yet warmed up and still carrying some heavy strapping around that leg. But no doubt that will get his blood pumping, and maybe he'll sniff a goal out at some point. Here's Hythe. Tried to feed it into Gaggin, it's taken a deflection, and Elliott's teed up. Hutchinson! It's a goal for East Grinstead Town. A fine finish by Isaac Hutchinson from the edge of the area. No one can say that they haven't deserved it. They've had some good opportunities in this game, and I said Hutchinson was one of their leading lights. Marcus Elliott done well to hold the ball up on the edge of the area and tee him up. And he fizzed in a low shot that went in off the post. So again, Carshalton will not be keeping a clean sheet. Oh, it's a bit soft there, but Cheadle picked up the pieces, and now looking for Raheem Sterling-Parker, who can open his legs up, and he's got away from Balding. That's great poise shown by the number 9. Cuts inside, he's got a chance. Oh, good block by Cooney and Cheadle. Cooney again is there, and Lau is a bit lost in no man's land. Town managed to clear their lines, but Raheem Sterling-Parker's shown what he can do already. And Cheadle on the follow-up. It was 2 good blocks by Dean Cooney, the Wasps captain, but Carshalton still looking lively. There's going to be another substitution here. It's the Carshalton player manager, Peter Adeniyi, who's going to replace Mickel Aziaya in the middle of the park for the last 15 minutes or so. Maybe feels like he just needs to add a little bit of poise and calm. This game's getting a little bit stretched, and now Town have pulled one back as well. Here he is, the player manager. This is his 2nd season in charge here at Carshalton, and he's won the hearts of the supporters and the staff and the players. He's a great man. And here's his first touch on the ball now. In no rush, as usual. Korboa can turn. Now, what can he do with this? He's got 2 men forwards. Mickel Miller, good touch on halfway, and he's been chopped down there by, I think it was, Wilson. Yeah, it was Wilson who's going to get talking to. It was a little bit of a late lunge. Miller's got some good pace about him, and maybe Wilson was alive to that fact. Here's a booking for Wilson, the first of the game. He's lost the ball, and Tommy Bradford now can spray it out wide to Mickel Miller on halfway, who takes it forward. He's only got Jack Bray for company. If he can take him on, and he's done it. He's got past the number 6, and he's got Sterling-Parker in the middle. If he can cut it back, he's a Korboa! What a miss! Ricky Korboa from inside the 6-yard box. Miller done everything right, and everyone had gone all the way back to the byline, and he pulled it back for Korboa, who's in acres of space, and he didn't get over the ball, and he shanked it over the top. Gaggin's making the run down the left. Adeniyi's pointed it out. This game has got a high tempo. Oh, Hamilton Downs was a bit late there on Wilson. Referee's going to call him over, so that's going to be the 2nd booking of the game, 1 apiece now. The Carshalton captain just being called over for the formalities to be done, but the tempo of this game has remained really high, even at 3-0 and now 4-1. Town have never given up, and Carshalton still look dangerous with the pace they've got in their forward line. Korboa now just gets it under control, and now opens his legs, and he cuts it inside to Bradford. He's got Miller on the left, on the right even, who can cut in on his left, is what I meant to say, and he's got Ferguson for company. Again, he just wants to wind down the clock a little bit, but he's done well there. Neat feet by Miller. Fantastic, and he's drawn the foul. Another penalty for Carshalton. Ferguson protests his innocence, but it looked like he did wrap an arm around him. Just the pace of Miller yet again. He's only been on the pitch for about 20 minutes, but that's 3 or 4 times now that he's got himself in behind the Town defence, and he's won inside the penalty. He's going to take it himself. He's recently scored a couple of penalties when he grabbed a hat-trick a couple of weeks back, 2 penalties and an injury time strike. So Miller for his 25th of the season. Up he steps, and it's there! 25 up for Mickel Miller. Carshalton Athletic 5, East Grinstead Town 1. And that's game, set and match. We're now in added time. What a fabulous afternoon for Carshalton Athletic. East Grinstead have more than played their part in this match, but Carshalton have taken their opportunities. Boosted their goal difference as well, by the looks of things. We've still got a couple of minutes to play, so it's not over, but Mickel Miller, on as a substitute, still gets his name on the score sheet. 25 goals for the season to date. What a servant to this club he's been. Fantastic player. Great guy off the pitch. Almost done and dusted here. Lau with the short goal kick into Wilson. And that's it. That is the final whistle. Carshalton Athletic, another valuable 3 points in their chase for promotion from the Bostik South.
Carshalton Athletic 5, East Grinstead Town 1. Another fabulous result for the Robins on their promotion quest. I've been joined by Peter. Peter, what was the best aspects of the game for you today?
I think, to be honest, we controlled the game probably for 90% of it. I think one or two players maybe wasn't on par, but don't forget we're on a very, very good run at the moment. 15, 16 games, one defeat. And apart from the Surrey Cup game the other night, I think it's very important that we're actually building this team of players that are now starting to pass, talk to one another and score goals. Maybe one or two flat parts of it, again, just giving away a single goal from a little bit of open play. But overall, a very, very good performance, I thought.
Yeah, East Grinstead more than played their part today. I thought that might be part of the reason why you think some of the performance was a little bit under par.
I think so. I think a lot of teams are able to watch Robins TV. They're able to watch the highlights of the games. They know a little bit of how we play. And I think when they come down here to Colston Avenue, they know it's a nice flat surface because it's 3G. They can play a little bit of football. They can pass the ball, and therefore they can allow for that. And again, they've only got to get a certain amount of men behind the ball. If we run out of ideas, that's when it's going to become a little bit tight for us. But I think it was important that we went in 2-0 at half-time. It's always good to go in 2 goals up at half-time. It makes it very difficult for the away team to come out in the second half because they've always got to get that goal back. Creates the space for you.
I'm James Barrett-Sterling, this is Robins Fans TV, and I've been joined by Keith, who's our new coach. Keith, did you enjoy that one today? 5-1 against East Grinstead. It's quite a good performance, I thought, overall.
But Pete still isn't that happy. I thought we were a little bit loose in the first half, marking wise, and again our usual catalogue of missed chances. But the penalty opened it up, and a couple of more decent goals before the half. There's always a danger then that you're going to rest on that, and we felt we should have still scored more goals. But I think that's been the story of every game I watched before I came and every game since. We can always score more, but yeah, 5-1's a great result.
Yeah, it seems quite strange to say that 5-1, but we're disappointed we didn't score more goals. But their goalie made a couple of good saves. Ricky missed that one in the second half, for example. It's just got to keep coming, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think the most disappointing thing for us for the game was the one we conceded, and I think Billy made a couple of world-class saves as well, reaction saves. So we kind of talked before the game we didn't want them to get shots in, and that happened. So we're disappointed with that. In the second half, too many deliveries into our box. All right, we dealt with them, but that's something else we can work on.
Danny, today we only conceded 1 goal. We actually got to work on our goal difference because the teams above us and even a couple of teams below us have got better goal difference. What are your thoughts on how we can improve that?
Obviously we were disappointed to concede today. We don't go out in games open to concede. You want to go out and you want to keep clean sheets. Being a centre back as well is sort of my bread and butter, and it's what I should be doing week in, week out. So we was disappointed. I just don't think we switched on. They took the free kick quickly and we weren't really switched on. A few players got dragged out of position, and to be fair, he's hit it well and it's gone in off the post. But as you say, we do need to. We've got the worst goal difference in the top 6, although +4 today with the goals we scored has put us a little bit closer to a couple of the teams around us, but it could be a factor at the end of the season. So it is important that we do take our chances, which is something that we haven't struggled with, but we do create a hell of a lot of chances in games. So we need to really put a few more away. And obviously I think our goal difference has improved a lot in terms of conceding goals over the last few weeks. We just look much more of a solid unit, and when you're winning games or scoring 5 goals, you can afford to concede 1 if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
2 penalties today, and they were both won by the players that converted them, Koroma and Mickel Miller. Have you ever seen that in a game before?
No, I've seen Tommy Bradford score 3 penalties though before in one game. But again, Mickel Miller, just when it was maybe, it's a 4-1, he comes on, he changes the game for us. The little bit of skill that he showed out on the wing, I hope all the younger generation were watching that. He's got 2 players around him. The last few minutes he could have taken it into the corner flag. What does he do? He beats 2 players, he gets into the box, player has him over, penalty, and he puts it away. What a great answer.
He's probably been our best player this season so far, would you say?
He's been one of our starlets, to be honest, and he scores the goals that that clubs need, and clubs need players like that. For me, probably one of the unsung heroes, and again I've said it before, is Mickel Aziaya. Wasn't quite on his game today. However, he's always there, he's always in the mix, he's always doing his 100% for Carshalton, and I think absolutely 100% Mickel Miller up front, and a toss-up probably with Mickel Aziaya as well.
Now, for the Robins fans that don't know, Keith's been here for about 2 or 3 weeks now, sort of behind the scenes. How did that come about, Keith?
It's a long story. I don't know if you've got long enough to listen to it.
Give us the condensed version.
I've known your chairman for quite a number of years. I worked for Surrey FA and he did his coaching badges with me many years ago.
Okay.
And I'd just come back from Estonia. I was 8 years working out in Estonia as a technical director and national team coach on the women's national teams. I've worked in women's and girls football for a long time as well. Also at the David Beckham Academy a few years. Well, I've known Paul probably 15, 20 years. He actually approached me a couple of times before, then came back to me recently when you had Ted Dale helping out, and Ted couldn't do it anymore, so Paul recontacted me. I still couldn't do it because I was committed somewhere else, and even this time round when he first approached me, he knew I was back in the country. I couldn't commit, so I wouldn't commit. Because I was involved again in another project, but then that kind of fell apart, not through my part, I have to say. Somebody let me down, and then he contacted me again and said, what about now? So that's when I started coming down to watch, and to be honest, really impressed with Peter. I think you've got a diamond there, so for me to work in an environment, it's got to feel right to me, and everything about Peter and what I saw went, this is worth having a go at.
Just finally, Peter, the top 2 clash today, Lewis against Cray. Lewis ran out 2-1 winners, so we've caught Cray up a little bit at least. Yeah, again, I think it's important. I think one of the issues for us, if you look at Cray, big goal average, big goal difference. I think that's one of the areas that's going to be. Their winning streak their unbeaten streak had to go at some stage. Like everything else, I thought we had a good chance against them down here, and I thought maybe we could have nicked it on that particular Saturday. But it's going to be an interesting phase now. We're now moving into that sort of last third phase, where all of the top teams are now going to start playing one another. Games are going to be very, very tight. They're all going to be trying to nick points off of one another. So listen, it's really still up for grabs, I think. We've got a debut. Mohamed Idris Olasogbanmu has joined us. He played right back today. Mohamed, how was that for you today?
It was a good performance, good team spirit. We done well, all of us. I'm just happy to get the 3 points, to be honest. Yeah, man.
Nice to get a few more goals on the board as well, isn't it? Like the striker's on fire at the moment.
Yeah. Ola got 1, Mickel got 1, Ricky got 1, and Oma got 2. So yeah, I'm happy for the boys.
Didn't keep a clean sheet today though, did we? It seems to be the one thing we can't do at the moment.
Yeah, it's disappointing, to be fair, to not keep a clean sheet, but obviously it's football, it happens, but just happy to get the 3 points all together, so yeah, buzzing.
Yeah, excellent. They put up quite a good game though, didn't they, East Grinstead today, wasn't it? Although 5-1 sounds like a big scoreline, they played quite well, I thought.
Yeah, at some points in the game, we felt like we were under the cosh, but we got together and then we regrouped, then we got together, so we done well to get back together. Done well together.
And the club's on quite a good run at the moment as well, only 2 defeats in the last 16 games. Now, you joined us when we played Greenwich Borough and we won 2-1 away, so I'm not putting it all on your doorstep, but since you've arrived, we've gone on that run, so is it all down to you?
No. Obviously, it's a team spirit, obviously, so everyone puts their part in, but I'm just happy to be here and happy to contribute towards the team.
And what did Peter say to you guys after this one?
Literally, Pete just said, well done, but obviously, at times, we slept off, we fell asleep, that's where they scored, etc., but it's just making sure that we're concentrating for the whole 90 minutes and seeing it through, and hopefully keep a clean sheet.
I hear that you want to go pro in Holland. You want to tell us a little bit more about that? Oh yeah, that's correct. The last 2 years I've been with Norwich City. I've been with their under-18 squad, but then they let me know that I'm unfortunately too short in their opinion. But considering I'm from Holland, my family's still there, everybody's still there, and yeah, I've got the chance now to go pro back in Holland, and I'm taking that. So everything that I'm learning now, all the experience I'm taking with me, all the mistakes I make now, I'll be taking that into next season and into the moment I sign. Yeah.
Well, well, good luck with that. I mean, you weren't at fault for any of the 5 goals today. You've had a good game despite of that, and I wish you all the best. I hope it all works out for you.
Give me a little overview of the squad itself. What do you feel like you've walked into in terms of the players here?
An absolutely fabulous squad. I think for this level of football, to have the dearth of talent that there is, and knowing that a lot of it's come through the programme as well, I think the one thing that's impressed me most is that their respect for what Peter's doing. Like I'm saying, for me, he commands that, and the players buy into that. But you've got such an excess of talent almost in every area. Probably another goalkeeper, maybe, to tighten things up. But I won't go into maybe the secret that's going to come out later. I don't know if you're aware of it, but I won't talk about that. But again, that's a kudos to the club. So I'll let you tell them that story later, maybe. But
I'm James Barrett-Sterling, this is Robins Fans TV, and we've got a world exclusive. I've been joined by Mickel, who's one of our goal scorers today in the 5-1 win over East Grinstead Town. But Mickel, have you got a little bit of news that you'd like to impart?
Oh yeah, unfortunately I won't be at Carshalton anymore. Not for a bad reason, I wouldn't want to leave, but yeah, just onto something big, start off something new, and hope to see where it takes me.
Wow, that's still so secretive. Do you want to give us a little bit of information? Obviously, what's happened is a club has come in for Mickel, higher in the echelons of the football pyramid. So do you want to just give us a little bit of the story behind how it's happened and who it is, more importantly?
Oh yeah, it's Hamilton and Academical, who are Scottish Prem side, and they come in. I think they've been watching me for a few weeks, they said, but they come to watch the last game. They come to watch. They flew down. And it was the Sitting Bull game, and I scored a hat-trick in that, so all grace to God for that, innit?
2 penalties, right?
Yeah, 2 pens and 1 finish, yeah.
Yeah. So they approached Paul Dupree, I'm guessing, and just said, hey, we like the look of this guy, and, what can be done?
Yeah, literally. And they done that, and I'm so thankful for that. Thankful to Paul, everyone, Pete, everyone. They've all, worked on me, had faith in me, and they just made me into the person I am now.
Yeah, could you just tell us a little bit about how Peter and Paul have kind of influenced your career? Because you've been at Carshalton since you were a teenager, and they gave you your kind of first start on the semi-pro rung, as it were.
Yeah, of course. Well, Paul, he saw my talent from when I was playing in the youth team. So he must have saw this kid's got something, or he's gonna go far. So I got to give all thanks to him for giving me the opportunity to come and play in the first team for a start. And then Pete just took it to another level, making us all relaxed on the pitch. Me being able to be myself, go and express myself, which is so good. Not many clubs in this league you can go and do that and play ball and be able to do your skills, etc. So I just got to give thanks to him as well.
You took a hefty challenge in the second half today, and I knew the news before kickoff, and my heart was in my mouth. You're all right though, aren't you?
Oh yeah, no, it's all good. I got a bit scared myself.
And also, to be fair, you've rounded off your season with Carshalton to date with your 25th goal as well, which must have been quite pleasing to have a nice round figure.
Yeah, no, good. I wanted to score today, get a good send off before I go. And I've done it, so happy.
Is it? I know the deal's not quite tied up yet. You've got to go for your medical at the beginning of the week, and then what happens after that?
Yeah, I got up there, I think either Monday or Tuesday, and then I think we're doing the medical and signing when I go up there. Then I come back, say my goodbyes, and then that's it.
Wow, so you might potentially be here for the Phoenix game next Saturday, even if you're not playing?
Maybe, yeah, maybe. Don't know, never know.
Wow. Have you been to Scotland before? Do you know what you're letting yourself in for?
I don't know, but something new. The only downfall, I just heard it's cold up there.
You just said to me as we walked in here, it's jolly cold outside.
Yeah, see, and everyone's saying it's even worse up there. So wrap up.
Well, listen, Mickel, on behalf of everyone at Robins TV, I mean, for myself personally, and I know everyone around the club as well, you've been fantabulous on the pitch. You're a great guy off of it as well. We're really chuffed for you. I hope it all goes through, and obviously we'll look forward to some free tickets up to Academicals when you get yourself settled in.
Of course. Thank you very much to the fans, everyone, down to the staff. Like, everyone's been great, always supportive of me and what I'm doing. So just want to say thanks to that.
Mickel Miller, once a Robin, always a Robin.
But it's a sad one, but it's a happy one, for that to happen. You've got to be proud of that and take that into account. But that somebody else can step up to the plate now. Now, when you've got everybody fit here, Pete's job is crazy. It's crazy, the decisions he's going to have to make.
I mean, he has to leave himself out now. He's not used to doing that so much.
No, and again, when I was watching before, I was questioning that sometimes. A couple of games back, I actually felt he could have made a couple more subs when he was in the game himself, but I wasn't at a stage. I think it was the first game I was in.
Right.
So I felt in the last couple of minutes we could have made a couple more changes. We'd only made one substitution, but when he's on the pitch, it's hard for him to make those decisions. I think that's what I'm coming into. The bottom line is he's still the boss. I'm not here to do that. I'm here just to try and fine-tune it. And as I said, for me, it's about just tweaking little things and fine-tuning things. You can't fix what's not broken. And at the moment, there's nothing broken.
Excellent. Well, thank you for joining us on Robins TV, and well done today.
You're welcome. Thanks very much.